Hello everyone. For today's camera demo for the PTZ, I'll be doing our 37X camera. All the configuration and settings and details are the same across our PTZ models for our 25X, both 5 and 8 megapixel. So you can just follow along if you have any of those models and apply the same settings. So we'll go ahead and jump into it. So on my screen here, you can see that I am already logged into our PTZ camera. So what we'll go ahead and do is we'll first go into the remote settings and we'll cover some of the AI features that are available. So you do have your face detection, human and vehicle, license plate detection, and then also your other common line crossing, perimeter, loitering, object detection, which is a feature that has been there before, and then also our statistics. So you can do cross counting, heat mapping, queue length, crowd density. And so those are just the kind of a broad coverage of the AI. But the one that we'll focus on today is human and vehicle detection. So what we can do here on human and vehicle is we have a few different options. First, as you can see on this middle of the screen, we do have some options to do preset points if you want to set it up on a preset. So essentially what you would do there is move your camera into a specific position, and then you would go to add preset, and you can also name it. So this could be, for example, driveway, right? And then you'll have that saved there. And then preset number 2 will be right entrance. And as long as the camera can view all of these preset points, and once you set them, you can have it automatically do a tour setup, so it will monitor all of those presets and scan from each one, and then continue the cycle, resetting at the beginning, go to the next one, and so on, and then just keep repeating that process. But the other thing, the most important, I would say, or the most used that we see commonly with customers and projects is our auto tracking. So to enable auto tracking and set up a home position, first what you want to do before you enable the AI is to move your PTZ to a specific or desired location. So once you have it in your fixed position, that will be your home setting. So once it's there, don't move it anymore, and it'll be your home position. Then once you have your home position set up, you can go ahead and set up the rest of the AI settings. So we'll go ahead and enable pedestrian and vehicle attributes. Our detection area, we'll leave it as a full screen mode, and then our detection target, we can select all depending on what we want to track. So once all of that is saved, we'll go ahead and click on save here on the bottom, and then we can also go to alarm linkage. And then from here, you'll see you have link auto PTZ tracking. So this is your auto tracking once your targets are detected. So we can click on the gear icon, and you have your tracking zoom ratio. So since this specific PTZ is a 37X, we can have it maxed all the way out. And what this means is whenever a person or a vehicle is being tracked, the further away they get, the PTZ will continue to zoom in all the way to its maximum 37 times zoom. So you can adjust that if you wanted to stop at a shorter distance, or again, you can fully max it out. And then at the bottom, we have our tracking duration. So this just means how long the PTZ will stay tracking that person until it stops its action and returns to its home position. So you can have it up to 300 seconds. I find most people keep it around a minute to 2 minutes. By that time, the target position or person or vehicle, I should say, is already out of frame and they're gone by that time. So you can choose it based on the area that you have and how far you want it to zoom in to continue and follow that person. So once you have that set up, you can click on save there, and then just save it here, and then you can go ahead and enable your pedestrian and vehicle. So now you have your home position set, your AI is active, and your auto tracking has been configured. And since this PTZ does have its active deterrence features, you can also go ahead and enable those as well. So we have our warning light, which is our red and blue lights. You can click on the gear icon to configure it. So we'll go ahead and enable it. Duration, you can just choose how long you want it to be active. And then you have your scheduling. So if you only want it to be active during certain hours, you can go ahead and do that. So let's say if we wanted to do from midnight to 8 a.m., we can go ahead and set that schedule to save it. And then we can do the same thing for the siren. So we'll go ahead and enable the siren from midnight to 8 a.m., save it, and that's it. And so we can go ahead, save the settings, and now you have fully configured your PTZ for active deterrence, human and vehicle detection, and auto tracking for all of its targets. And that would be really the main setup here. You can get more specific with your deterrence options on here with your siren, and then you also have your disarming features available as well for after business hours or during business hours if you want the system to be disarmed and only active once the business is closed. And so for our setup portion today, that would cover everything. So just to conclude and summarize, we went over how to set up preset points, how to set up your home position, how to do AI auto tracking, and also link your active deterrence. And so that would conclude today's demo portion.